Three, two, one. Hey, folks. Welcome back to a partially sunny day here at Mike's Magic Auto Detailing and Paint Correction here in Sharpsburg, Georgia. I know a lot of people say, where the hell is Sharpsburg, Georgia? You'll have to figure that out for yourselves. Anyway, this is Mike. This is Angela. She's interested in learning all these processes to do her own car, this 20,000 Nissan Kick, which is a kind of a crossover SUV, I guess you say. And we did the foam cannon a while ago. You guys probably saw a lot of that. We didn't film the whole entire thing, but you got the idea. And now, which we had talked about earlier, we've started the contact wash, which we've already done the roof, which I didn't film that because it kind of took both of us because the sun was out and that roof is black and it was hot you couldn't stand to touch it with your hands. So we had to move a lot quicker up there so the soap didn't dry. And we used some different tools, including the wash mitt with our Meguiar's Wash Plus on it. And we used, this is called a woolly brush. It's a soft microfiber type wool to get like up under those luggage rack thingies there and in the cracks and crevices and around the antenna in the back, just to make sure we got it absolutely as clean as we possibly could. And we'll probably have to use some different techniques to get like the windshield wipers and down in the vent cowl. But I think the first thing Angela's going to do is her windshield. She's already cleaned her wash mitt by laying it down on the grit guard, blasting it out with the pressure washer so there's no dirt and grit in there, which I prefer doing this instead of the rinse bucket. If you want to know why, send me a PM and we'll talk about it later. And she's got her Meguiar's Wash Plus, which I use for strip washing only. And she's going to do her windshield and the hood, and we'll see how that goes. All right. And she's following instructions. Is that sudsing up there, Angela?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, I see the suds now. But she's doing a back and forth motion cross hatch, which is not as important to do on glass, especially this tempered glass. You want to do that on the paint for several reasons. One of which is you want the back and forth straight line motions and then a crosshatch pattern to make sure you got everything, as opposed to the old style circular motions, because you're going to micro mar your paint. And if you're going to go back later with a polisher to fix that micro marring you might have left, what does the polisher do? It goes in a circle. So if you went in a circle washing it or whatever it is you were doing, that makes it more difficult to remove those marks. If they're straight lines, then the polishing pad is going across the lines the whole time and removes them much quicker and much easier. Just the way I was taught, and I've heard a lot of other high level detailers say the same thing. You can see she's working on the hood now, doing her contact wash with that Meguiar's Wash Plus, trying to remove as much contaminants from the paint as possible. You don't want to take too long, Angela. See, your soap's drying on the windshield, baby. You want to work on over here, get the spider off of there, go away, and see if that's going to remove. We were trying to figure out what that contaminant was earlier, folks. I'm not real sure. I didn't know if this Wash Plus was going to take it off. Apparently not. Yeah, so you're going to want to hit your windshield again because it started to dry. It'll streak on you really bad. We'll have to end up polishing the glass.
Oh.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll reactivate it and you'll be able to just rinse it off. Yeah, we're going to have to come back with some other techniques on all that kind of stuff. But anyway, you guys get the idea about the contact wash. I won't bore you. But and see if she remembers what I told her to do as far as getting the vent cowl and all that done.
Yep.
You know what, Angela? I think I would go ahead
Rinse.
and rinse because it's starting to dry again. That's probably good enough for now because you just wanted to stop it from drying. So it's all wet and rinsed pretty good for now. So that's good for now. And what you want to do is grab one of these little detailing brushes. Like I said, paint brushes make good detailing brushes. Here's some others that I got out for her.
But you said to use this, right?
You can. It's up to you. It's all different types of detailing brushes I got out for her here. Not all of them that I have by any sake, but you know, she's just going to spray that product. It's called F-Bomb in there. It's a foaming cleaner. Can dilute it down to different uses. See how it foams up when she agitates it with the brush. That's a good thing. Helps get all those little nooks and crannies clean, and all of it just run off as soon as you put it on whatever you're trying to clean. I told her to clean the windshield wipers and the blades just to make sure. You know, the blades get dirty too. But yeah, whatever that contaminant was at that spot over there, I'm not sure what it is. It did not come off, so we'll have to use some techniques. And I see some tree sap. I don't know if y'all can see that, kind of a light brown little spot right there. That's tree sap, which she probably picked up from work.
Yep.
And I don't know what it is, but all this chemical stuff, the bugs seem to love it because they come from everywhere. They like this stuff for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, so she's getting her windshield wipers done. I can almost smell the rain, can't you?
Yep. I think it's coming.
I think it's going to rain. It's going to rain. It's going to rain.
Yep.
That's all right. You can do this in stages. She's diligently getting her vent cowl clean, which will help save it over time. It'll help stop it from discoloring and turning that chalky white color you see a lot of plastic and vinyl do on the exterior. It'll help prevent that. Of course, if it does, then you can use Solution Finish, right, Jason? Jason from Texas, huh? I think he dropped out on us. But yeah, then all we got to do is rinse, and then we'll be moving on to the next section, which will be up to her. All right, folks. That's all blowing back on you now.
I know, but it feels good.
That's good. That's good. All right, folks. That's our first step. I'm not going to bore you with too much more of the contact wash portion of strip washing the car. We'll continue on with that here in a little while, but I'm not going to make y'all sit and watch all of that. It's pretty much the same thing we've been doing here, just doing the rest of the car. I may come back and show you what I've taught her about how to get in like all these little nooks and crannies, like in the grill, that kind of stuff, and around the car, the mirrors, where the gas tank is. We'll probably take the license plate off. It gets dirty under there, you know. And maybe we'll come back and show you some of that, or we'll come back and show you the process for getting rid of these contaminants on the paint that the processes thus far did not get. A lot of bugs, bug splatter as they call it. There's tar, some other stuff on here, probably metal contaminants, brake dust, rail dust, that sort of thing. Like I say, we've got that big spot right there. which we'll be attacking. There's some other spots on this hood that aren't as glaring as that one, but we'll show you how we attack that at one of the future episodes. And you know, I'm sure that we've got tar and stuff down low down the sides, which that's plastic, vinyl, which will mean that's more difficult to get it off of than off of clear coat on the paint, because it adheres to the porous plastic a lot better than it will clear coat. We'll clean all that up. We'll see if we can clean up around the bottom down here and her tailpipe, that sort of thing. The rear end. Oh, we'll be back for that in a future episode, so stay tuned. And I hope you guys are learning something or have some mild interest, or you're just like me, admiring Miss Angela being in the video. It's a lot more fun than watching me, I can guarantee you that. But anyway, I appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. Like I said, if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified of future videos in this series and other projects that I may get in. There's also playlists for a lot of prior projects to this one. So yeah, and if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you know what, hey, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. It doesn't really matter. They say a thumbs up or a thumbs down helps your algorithm, whatever that is. I see somebody's little picture up there, but I can't tell who it is. There's still a couple people watching, believe it or not, that didn't get totally bored to death by all this. But you know, we're going to be letting this thing air dry today, just because we're taking our time and going slow because of the heat, the sunlight. I'm trying to teach her various methods and the reasons behind those, which helps you decide what to do in the future, because it's not the same every time. I mean, doing a car in the dead of summer is not quite the same as doing it in the dead of winter. And trust me, I've strip washed several vehicles out here in 10-15 degree weather. Totally different thing, different process, different products, but it can be done. Anyway, folks, I do appreciate you very much. We'll be back later in another video. Thank y'all.